Hello student, welcome. In this video, we are going to talk about IIIT Hyderabad. You know IIIT Hyderabad is very famous. It is competing with top IITs also in terms of the pay packages and placements. We'll understand why it is so, what is the specialty about it. Let's get into the details of it. So first, some information, introductory information. See, IIIT, when I say there is some confusion. IIIT meaning some people say it is Indian Institute of Industrial Training. That comes after 10th class if you want to go for diploma. This is not industrial training, it is information technology. And again, it is not Indian Institute of Information Technology. There are some IIITs like that, around 28 are there in India. But this one is International Institute of Information Technology. In India, there are only two international institutes of information technology. One is Hyderabad, other one is in Bangalore. Remaining all are IIITs meaning Indian, except IIIT Delhi. IIIT Delhi is also is not Indian nor international. It is Indraprastha Institute of Information Technology. But remaining all IIITs are related to computer based. They are Indian institutes. Okay, that's a general idea. It was established in the year 1998. That was a time where this IT has been booming. So that's where you got that information technology coming into fore, and then a lot of companies like Infosys and all, they have become very popular. That's where it started working on it. Okay. Then this is the first IIIT established under this non-profit public-private partnership, PPP model, they call it as. The government has given the land and also certain funding, but the institution management had to raise funds through some private sector and then build it. Once it has been established, it has been left to the institute. Institute has to run the funds and then raise the funds and then run it. That's how it has to be taken now. So it has been a deemed university, deemed to be university with a grade A++ accreditation. That's a very good accreditation. That is the best you can have for any university. NAC is the board that we have, that authority that gives it. Okay, it is ranked 55th in engineering by NIRF ranking. That actually is a little worse. 55th rank doesn't look good. But don't go with this ranking, because ranking has some other parameters which not related to this particular university. Like they don't have too many branches here. We have only two branches. Other branches related infrastructure, research work that was supposed to be taken into account here in ranking, you don't have it. That's why this rank does not reflect the IIIT Hyderabad credibility point of view. It has got around 120 acres land available. In that, 66 acres land has been used for construction purpose. If there is a requirement, they can always expand it. That's what it is. So the next one is, what are the main features of this IIIT Hyderabad specialities? It is the most industry sensitive. You know, in India especially, education system has been established long time ago. There are not many changes are happening here. But this particular institute is very, very sensitive to industry because it's private run. So they have to get projects from the companies and they have to get the funding through that. That's very, very important. For these guys are very sensitive to industry. It's very important. And they are also primarily focusing only on computer science and electronics and communications. That's all. Only these two branches they are having. One is the hardware, other is the software. This ECE talks about the processors, compactness of the computers and computing systems, how fast you can do the computations, the speed of processing. And C is about the software part of it. And so these two are mainly important right now. These are the two branches which are driving the economy right now all over the world and primarily in India. And this is another important fact. This is no caste reservation. There is no reservation here because it's not government running company institute. It is based on a private responsibility. So they only have to run. So they don't give any reservation based on caste or religion. Research-based pedagogy, of course, they give a lot of emphasis for research because the IIIT basic ideology is that they not need to emphasize more on research. They do take BTech, but even in BTech also they give a lot of emphasis for research compared to other institutes. If you want to chill out a little bit during graduation, this is not the place for you because graduation is going to be very rigorous because a lot of projects are involved. Every day something or the other you will have to do. So this research-based one makes the program very, very rigorous. Of course, it's useful for you in terms of getting a lot of knowledge, but if you want to relax a little bit in graduation, but this is not the place to go. That's one thing that you need to know. Okay, let's go on further. Programs, if you consider, there are 4-year program BTech, 5-year program dual degree BTech plus MTech, And then you have other things, MTech, MS meaning Master of Science by Research. As I told you, research is very important. Doctoral program, they give a lot of emphasis for PhD. There are so many professors here who have done PhD here and also from IITs and other foreign universities, Ivy League universities. The professors are having an extraordinary qualification here. They are the best. They get very good salaries also. If you look at IIIT Hyderabad, expenditure part, out of whatever fund that they're getting out of 300 crore, I think they have total revenue in terms of the fee collection plus projects and all. In that, nearly 160 crores are going towards the salaries and maintenance part. So that means such a huge amount of money has been spent because they're getting such quality faculty members. Okay, that's another point you need to understand. So what are the undergrad programs you have? Only two, computer science and electronics. Of course, dual degree also computer science and electronics, but MTech, if you look at it, there are some specializations that I'll discuss anyway. This is one online MS in information technology. It's another one. Those who are working professionals, they are not able to attend the in-campus program. They can also have this. This also is a little bit costly. So that's also a good revenue generating project for them. And it's very popular among the working professionals. Yeah, next. So other thing is about this student clubs, if you consider cultural activities generally very low. So they say 15 clubs are there, at least on paper in the website they have mentioned it. But I don't see that they are to be very, very as popular as they are in other institutes like NITs and IITs. But there's a lot of rigorous work happens in technology clubs and also these competitions. They participate in competitions, international ICPC is one competition, contest there, international contest. Nearly 50,000 people participate in that. Last year, IIIT Hyderabad came to the final position. That is considered to be very prestigious feat for any tech-based university. Alumni cell is very active. They give a lot of funding also. They give a lot of projects. They run certain companies. Alumni are also there running certain companies. So it's a very active one. It gives a lot of guidance for the people who are working there and studying. So it's very active one that way. Okay, next. In terms of research, if you consider, you know, IIIT Hyderabad is located very close to Gachibowli, and that's where you have IT hub in Hyderabad. A lot of IT companies are present. Research-based companies are also there. So they do a lot of working there. You have innovation hub present there in IIIT Hyderabad. There are research centers, 15 research centers, 5 domains, and 3 development centers. It's a very, very exciting place to be if you want to be in the part of what is happening in the cutting edge technology that's all over the country and all over the world. So a very good place. You see that these are the main areas where they are doing a lot of research work, artificial intelligence, data science, and cyber security. These things they want to apply to various domains. Like they want to see how it can be applied in the linguistics, human resources, and geosciences, various domains. That's one interesting thing that is happening here. Okay, let's go on further. Admission process, this is where you will be mainly concerned about. Basically, there are 2 gateways, primary gateways to get into this IIIT Hyderabad. One is through JEE mains marks or percentile or rank, and that will get only through BTech. And then other one is, if you want to get into dual degree, there is another avenue, that is UGEE, undergraduate entrance examination. Of course, eligibility 12 plus, you need to have a PCM, at least 60% of marks in the board examination, otherwise you are not allowed. So many students, what happens is, in the name of IIT coaching and all that, they are neglecting board exam marks. Please don't do that. That is also important. Minimum maintaining 90% of marks in board exams is very, very essential going forward, not only for entering into this, later on in post-graduation also, if you want to go into IAS or CAT examination, or you want to go for abroad for doing research. Board exam marks also important. So make sure that you get a good percentage. At least 90% of marks is very essential. Some universities, Ivy League universities, they keep 95% marks as a cutoff in each subject. That's also important. Please make sure that. Okay, of course, this is another important part. IIIT Hyderabad does not participate in JOSA, Joint Seat Allocation Authority, which conducts seat allocation for IITs, NITs, and Indian Institute of Information Technology. That's a separate authority that you have. It's government-based authority. Because this IIIT Hyderabad being a private entity, it does not participate in that. If you want to go through BTech or whatever it is, even through JEE mains marks, you have to apply for it through their own separate portal. So that's another one. The other important point is the fee structure is quite high. At least 5 lakhs it will take, maybe more than that also. This is one important factor to consider if you want to go for admission. But from my point of view, even if it is 5 lakhs, 6 lakhs also, it is worth going. If you get a job, if you get a seat in it, it's nothing like it. Just close your eyes and go. Somehow you manage that amount. Definitely you should not miss that. Okay, in the fee structure, look at it. These are the other parameters you have, but primarily you focus on this yellow color. This is the tuition fees per semester. In a year, you have 2 semesters, meaning in 1 year, it is 3.3 lakh. That's a tuition fees that you will have to pay. Out of total 5 lakh in a year that you get, in that nearly 3.3, 3.5 lakh will go into tuition fees. This year, they may increase the fees again a little bit. So that is one important factor. You need to remember tuition fees is important. I'll get back to that again. And of course, because the fees is very high, some financial assistance is definitely required. One most important thing is this student loan. Many people go for this loan. SBI, they have in-house branch there in the campus itself. They give unsecured loan. If you get an admission, just show the admission certificate. That's all. They'll give you unsecured loan up to 20 lakh. And again, afterwards, you can pay it back. Once you get a job after completion of your graduation, you can pay through EMIs. That's a very important aspect. Apart from that, there are few options like alumni. They have created certain corpus fund. You can utilize it. Certain people are given that privilege. You can utilize it. But once you complete the graduation, you need to pay that back so that the same fund will be utilized by somebody else. This is one point you have. And the tuition fee, as I told you, tuition fee, this part, 1.65 per semester, 3.3 per year. Maybe this time it might be 3.5 also. This part can be waived off if your annual income, entire family annual income is less than 8 lakh. That is one important thing. Of course, first semester you have to pay because you need to go in first. You need to prove that you are there. Then from second semester onwards, you can claim for the tuition fee waiver, assuming that, considering that you have the annual income less than 8 lakhs, entire family. Okay, the next thing is, what are the admission channels that you have in IIIT Hyderabad? Many are there. Many of them are not known to the students, but the primary channels are these two. For BTech, JEE Mains, and for dual degree, UGEE. These two are main things. So JEE Mains, through JEE Mains, around 160, 170 members go into BTech program here. UGEE, around 100 students go through that. Remaining 5-10 students, they enter through. So this is another important one, Olympiads. If you participate in international Olympiads and national Olympiad and got good ranks, good position, good medals, then definitely you can apply through that. They will definitely consider you. And of course, there will be some personal interview and they see whether you are having that research-oriented mindset or not. Definitely, once based on that, they can take you also. Board toppers also are considered. You can apply for it, but then it is not easy. But they had given option. You can try that. If you are one of the board toppers, apply for it. There will be some process. They'll give interview. If you do well, you will get it. DASA is one interesting one. Direct admission to students abroad. Those who are Indian origin staying outside, they can directly join here without any examination. This is one thing. So, but they need to pay a hell lot of money. It's a huge amount of fee structure they'll have to deal with. How much fees, we don't know. It is not disclosed here, but definitely it's going to be a huge amount of money. This is one part. This part is there even in IITs also. DASA admissions happen in IITs as well. This is special channel to government, from the government side. Those who study in Kendriya Vidyalaya and those who, certain girls who are being selected for UDAN scheme. So those guys can try here. Of course, there are certain few number of seats, probably 4 or 5. You can have option. But primarily, these two are the main thing that you have. More than that, there are 1 or 2, but they are not very important. They mention it on the website, but they never used it so far. Okay. Then seats available, if you look at it. So you see here, there is a reservation here, as I told you earlier. There was no reservation based on caste, but there is a reservation based on gender. That too only in BTech, not in dual degree. In dual degree, there is no reservation, even that part also. So total 100 seats in computer science, 25 seats are kept aside only for girls. Remaining 75 seats, anybody can fight. Girls, boys, everybody can fight for 75 seats. And similarly, EC is 70 seats, out of that 18 are kept aside. Remaining 52 seats, anybody can try. Both girls and boys try for it, but this one is only for girls. These are the total number of seats available through JEE main score for BTech program only, not dual degree. Then if you go for dual degree, For dual degree, you have to write this UGEE examination. You won't get through JEE mains marks. And for that, there are some branches available. Computer science, BTech plus MTech. Electronics and communication engineering, BTech plus MTech. 35-25 seats are there. 60 seats are there. Apart from that, there are some special courses. Computer science plus linguistics. Computer science plus natural sciences. Computer science plus human sciences. These are some interesting courses that are being floated very recently. Especially this human sciences and natural sciences. These two courses are being floated very recently. And they are interesting. There are about 45 seats on that way also. So now what they are doing is computer science basics. How can I apply to various domains of the sciences, human sciences, geosciences, like for example, driving mechanism. There are many other things. Every part of the industry that we have for which there is a application of computer science engineering. That's what they want to explore. This is another thing that we have here. Next thing is UGEE exam pattern. As I told you, for dual degree, you need to write this exam. Please make a note of it. There will be two papers initially. First paper would be SUPR, subject proficiency, 50 questions, 1 hour, and 1 mark, 1 question. Negative marking is also there. If you do well, you will get 50 marks, and it is only for qualifying purpose. These marks will not be carried forward. Then the next one, REAP, research aptitude test. They'll give 50 questions. 2 hours time will be given immediately. Totally 3 hours. They'll divide it like this. The 2 hours, each question carries plus 2 marks. Negative marking is also there, 25%. 100 marks total marks. This marks will be carried forward for selection process. If you get a good score here, then only they'll correct this paper. In this paper, if you get a decent score, those marks will be added to the personal interview score. Together, if you do well, you'll be able to get a seat for dual degree. That's a general procedure. You have it. Then placement, this is the most important one for student if you consider. If you look at CSE and ECE 4-year courses, CSE and ECE 4-year courses, if you consider, the average package, if you consider, 32 lakh, 29 lakh. So these are as good as any IITs. Probably IIT Bombay, you will have 35, 36 lakhs average salaries there. IIT Madras also probably 34 lakh in that range. IIT Delhi around 30, 31, 32 in that range. So if you observe that way, if you consider only salary package as a parameter, as far as computer science is concerned, this guy, IIIT, can compare with IIT Bombay, IIT Madras, and IIT Delhi. Even the top 3 IITs also can be competed with in terms of the salary package. But if you look at the highest package, of course, it won't be very high. In IIT Bombay, it was something around 4 crores, something they were mentioning it. But here it is not that much. That's there, definitely. Average packages are definitely comparable. And ECE, you will have a slightly lesser package. Obviously, lower ranking, and also computer science is much more in demand compared to the other things. So that's what you have here. And 5-year courses are slightly lesser in terms of the salary package, if you consider. So 4-year courses are having a more demand compared to 5-year courses. That is something surprising. Those who study more, probably they should have higher packages, but it's other way around here. That's what you have. And finally, the cutoff part. In this cutoff, if you consider computer science will have a higher demand. 21, 22, 23, if you consider 1,000, 2,000, 15, 1,600. So that's what it is for computer science selection. You need to have around 1,500, 1,000, 2,000 in that range, right? So that you can think of getting into computer science engineering in IIIT Hyderabad, very high ranking. And then if it is ECE, 3,000, 10,000, 4,000. See, this is looking like an outlier. You keep this aside. It looks like an outlier, but focus on these two, 3,000, 4,000. Probably in that range, if you are getting a rank, then you can think about IIIT Hyderabad. This is a general idea, very high cutoff, no doubt about it. But if you get it, you can definitely consider taking this. So this is what we have. I think we have covered reasonable amount of information. If you have any more doubts about IIIT Hyderabad, please comment. I'll be happy to discuss that also. So with that, I'll conclude here. If you want anything else regarding any other institute, please let us know. We'll be able to give that also. Okay then. Thank you very much.